Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Koob.
I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the nest. Good afternoon. Game 2 tonight. Edmonton Oilers, Dallas Stars, Western Conference Final. My goodness. Could it be the Oilers' last road game of the season? It is mathematically possible. We'll see. Here's how we expect the Oilers to line up. McDavid centering Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Kapanen. Henrique with Evander Kane and Connor Brown. Now, Connor Brown, once again, did not take the morning skate. Jeff Skinner was in that spot, but Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch said that Connor Brown is going to play. Janmark with Frederick and Perry, and then defensively Kulak with Bouchard, Nurse with Stetcher, Wallman with Klingberg, in net Stuart Skinner with Olivier Rodrigue as the backup. So that is the same lineup with the same lines. Of course, they shuffle them around throughout the course of the game, but that is the same lineup that lost 6-3 in Game 1 to the Dallas Stars. So here's what we're going to do this afternoon. I'm Reid, by the way. Jason Milne is off today. We are going to be joined by Joaquin Gage. He's going to stick around and do a bit of the show with me. Hernan Salas, who was just on air, obviously, with Joaquin. He and Tom Gazzola are doing our Oil Stream GCL Diesel pregame show from Hudson's on Bourbon Street. That is going to start here on the EST stream at 5 o'clock. It'll go until 6, and then they'll hop on after the game as well for the postgame show. I'll join them for Reid's Reads presented by Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club. So Reid Wilkins show 3 to 5, Oil Stream pregame show from 5 to 6. The puck drop time today for the game about 6:20 for that one. So if you're usually getting home a little after 6 or whatever, you got a little bit of time, about 20 after 6 for the start of the game. Sean Brown as well, Oilers alum, is going to be on the show at about 3:40 this afternoon. So that's the Oilers lineup. Didn't expect them to make any changes. Matthias Ekholm, we know maybe he's going to be able to play in the series. I know a lot of people asked about Calvin Pickard. Look, he's not practicing. He's not even the backup goalie, so I think he's still a ways away from being available. We know the big story for the Oilers in Game 1 was that they pretty much completely stunk killing penalties. Now, they are hanging their hats on, saying that as the series have gone on this postseason, they have gotten better on the PK. So I thought, well, let's actually look at that. There's the claim. Let's see how true it is. Let's see if you believe, if I believe, that they actually can do this, if they actually can get better on the PK. Well, Game 1 against Los Angeles, not good. They went 3 for 5 on the PK. Game 2 against Los Angeles, even worse. They went 2 for 5 on the PK. So they started the playoffs with 2 games in Los Angeles, going 0 for 5 on the power play and 5 for 10 on the penalty kill. So they were -5 on special teams. They recovered on the power play in Game 2 against Los Angeles, going 2 for 2, but they allowed 2 power play goals against on only 2 opportunities. So you got a penalty kill below 50% through the first 3 games of the playoffs. Later on in that series against Los Angeles, they did recover. 3 for 3 Game 4, 2 for 3 Game 5, and 2 for 2 in Game 6. Okay, so final 3 games against Los Angeles, they only allowed 1 power play goal against. Start of the series against Vegas, they killed 2 out of 3 in Game 1. They only killed 2 out of 4 in Game 2. And then how about this? Games 3 through 5 against the Vegas Golden Knights, they were 6 for 6. 2 for 2 in Game 3, 3 for 3 in Game 4, in which they got a shutout. 1 for 1 in Game 5, which they won in overtime with a shutout. And then the disaster against Dallas with the 3 power play goals in the first 6 minutes of the third period. So just 1 for 4 on the PK against Dallas. So we'll see if they can continue this trend. I think they're banking on it. We're going to play some of the clips from the dressing room and from the availabilities this morning. And that's what the players are selling. Hey, we've been through this before. We can get better on the PK. Now, I think it's also fairly reasonable to believe that the Dallas power play is perhaps a different beast than the LA power play or even the Vegas power play, which looked pretty good with Jack Eichel sort of sitting there picking everything apart at the start of the series. The Oilers adjusted some things, against specifically Jack Eichel, and that helped them against Vegas. A lot of talk about the PK. We had Luke Gazdic on the show yesterday. He had a great explanation about it. How, the Oilers try to force the puck to the wingers down low for bad angle shots and say, okay, well, maybe let guys shoot from there. Now, Granlund shoots from there and makes a perfectly timed shot through a moving screen for one of the goals in the last game. So, to me, that's storyline number 1. Better PK and stay out of the box, because those penalties that they took in game 1, hooking, stick fouls, stuff you didn't need to do. They also talked about that today. So there's one of the things the Oilers have to reverse. What about losing game 1 on the road, you ask? I won't go back to the entire McDavid-Draisaitl era. This year, they obviously lost game 1 against Los Angeles. That's the one where they were way behind, caught up, tied it, and then Danault scored in the final minute. They also lost game 2, and then, of course, they won the series 4-2. Last year, on the road in the Stanley Cup final against Florida, they lost game 1. How'd they do in game 2? They lost. They rallied to force game 7 in that series. Panthers won it 4-3. Last year, Vancouver won game 1 at home against the Oilers in the second round. The Oilers blew a lead. You may remember in game 1 of that series. They won game 2 in overtime. They were behind going to the third. They dominated the third period. They got it into overtime. And you remember Evan Bouchard putting the puck in front of the net and Ian Cole knifing it into his own goal. So the Oilers bounced back with a game 2 win in that series, went on to win the series in 7. In 2023, in Vegas, the Oilers lost game 1. They won game 2, but ultimately lost the series in 6. And then I'll just go back to 2022 as well. The Oilers, pretty big underdogs against Colorado in the Western Conference Final. They lost game 1, lost game 2. They got swept. The second round that year, remember Calgary, 8-6? They lost the first game, won the next 4 games. So, win game. If you go back to the last 6 series in which they've lost game 1 on the road, they've won game 2 half the time. They've won the series half the time. So if you're looking for a trend there, I'm not sure if there is one. Well, you don't want to go down 2-0 because coming back against a pretty good Dallas team would be tough, but not impossible. Hey, hope you're having a great day. We're going into the weekend as well. Hope you have a good weekend lined up. I think it's going to get hotter over the weekend, which is nice. Remember that Sunday home game at Rogers Place. It's the good old matinee. I used to call them the dreaded matinees for the Edmonton Oilers. Well, as they've gotten to be a better team, they've become better in afternoon games as well. What we're going to do on Sunday with the game starting at 1 is our GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show will commence at 11:30. My buddy Tom is going to be live from the Ice House in Ice District Plaza. So that's just a peek ahead to Sunday's game. But today, he's at Hudson's on Bourbon Street. I think there's already a bunch of nasties booking a table for that game. So it's going to be an incredible atmosphere. All right, Zachary Kubusch is riding shotgun today as your technical producer, your sports update deliverer. He's going to help with a couple parts of the show that Jay usually helps with. You're going to have to keep an eye. I'll give the first clue in a few minutes, Koob. You're going to have to keep an eye on the text line for the winner for the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. You're all good with that, I assume.
I am. Are we playing that new sound bit that we have ahead of hints?
What are you talking about? We have a new sound bite?
Do we want to preview
it's not
that?
Is it? Okay. Well, we can see. You have control of it, so I really can't stop you.
You sound like you're in a dungeon. The one that you the reverb
dungeon quest. Reid Wilkins and the Quest of 1,000 Dungeons.
That's the fourth book.
My third book. I don't know how many books we're up to. I can't remember the name of the second book. I just know the first one is Reid Wilkins and the Chamber of Thoughts. We got to keep writing them down. Maybe
That's my favorite one.
Maybe someone in the nasty chat will remember them. We have some very dedicated listeners who remember all the weird stuff that we do here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. So I'll tell you what, if you would like to chat with me, but more importantly, with each other, several ways you could do. Well, with each other, you got to go into the chat. The nasty chat on the YouTube stream. We got a bunch of people in there already, ready to go for this show, ready to go for the game tonight. Subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk on YouTube if you haven't already. And for this individual show, give us a like. Click that thumbs up button. Tell you what, we're going to go for it. We've had a great streak getting to 200 shows, 200 thumb shows during the postseason. So let's get there today. We for sure at least want to get to 155 for a double word of the day. And the Koob is taking care of the words of the day today with Jay Off. You can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, and you can text us on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant, all-you-can-eat surf and turf for just $59.99 every Friday. That is from 4 to 10 p.m. All right, so Koob, once we start doing the clues, you'll keep an eye out? Because there's no way I'll be able to multitask.
You can believe in me, as Jay would say, as a part of North Shore.
I do believe in you. I have a heavy belief in you. Our belief is high.
I'll keep my eyes out like a hawk.
You're gonna look like a hawk. You are the Hawk and Koob. You're not Hawk and Lube. You're Hawk and Koob. Do you remember Hawk and Lube?
I don't remember him.
Hawk and Lube.
But I love his name.
Hawk and Lube played for the Flames in the 80s.
Was he a cup champ?
Was
Did
he
he win?
still there in 1989? I want to say that he was.
What was his place? He was a defenseman, correct?
No. He was a forward.
Oh.
He was not very big. Well, they got him at 5'9" on 178. Played for the Flames from 83-84 to 88-89. Had a 106-point season in 87-88. Had 17 points in 22 playoff games, the year they beat the Montreal Canadiens in the Stanley Cup final. Undersized guy, but pretty good, pretty productive player. And then after he won the Cup with the Flames, he went and played in Sweden, in his home country, for another 7 years. Now 64 years of age. So there we go. The Flames had Hawk and Lube. We have Hawk and Koob.
There we go, baby.
No, his Hawken was H-A-K-N. Yours is H-A-W-K-I-N. Hawk and Koob.
Hawk and Koob. He doesn't have an Esty.
He does not. He has a Stanley Cup. You have the Esty. Who has the better trophy case? Let's debate. We'll see. All right. So I guess now we can. I guess we've given an unofficial, inadvertent first clue for the mystery player of the game. It's not Hawk and Lube, because we wouldn't talk about him that much if he was the mystery player of the game.
Or would we? No.
Or would we? Yes. Who knows? Well, he's not. I'll tell you something else to keep an eye on this weekend, and that is the Edmonton Elks preseason game tomorrow night in Calgary. A lot of first stringers or expected first stringers will not play, but a few of them will, and some significant players are going to be in the lineup. The guy who's going to be the Elks quarterback tomorrow, at least to start the game, is Cody Fajardo. Cody Fajardo was on this show yesterday at about 20 after 5, and absolutely outstanding interview. Very upbeat guy, very positive, was well-spoken. Jay and I really enjoyed talking to him. So that's going to lead me into our off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. I would like you to tell us an athlete that you have found intelligent to listen to over the years. A guy who, when you thought, that seems like a pretty smart guy. That seems like an interesting, well-spoken guy. As a player, not a broadcaster, not an ex-player who became a broadcaster. I want somebody who, when he was an athlete, you heard interviewed and thought, that's impressive. This guy seems smart. He's not spewing out cliches, or if he is, maybe he's still offering us something a little more interesting or showing personality or just giving you some behind-the-scenes details about the game. I thought Fajardo was excellent yesterday. This might be I'll give somebody maybe a little different for me because I interview a lot of people, but I have to go with former Double E quarterback Mike Riley, and I'll tell a quick story about that. The day the Esks at the time acquired Riley from the Lions, the Oilers were playing a late game against the San Jose Sharks, and Dan Tenser was hosting Oilers hockey on 630 Ched, and I was producing Oilers Now with Bob Stauffer, and I got to occasionally fill in as a host. And and Dan knew this and was very supportive of me trying to get more experience and get behind the mic more, for shows, and I would sometimes fill in for Bob when he was away. And I knew this was going to be a long day for Dan because he was going to have to do Inside Sports from 7 or do Inside Sports would have been an hour, which it later became, obviously, but it would have been from 6 to 7. The pregame show, the face-off show would have been 7 to 8:30, and Dan would have been on after the game as well. And I said, hey, Dan, do you mind if I do that 1 hour Inside Sports just so I get some more experience, on the mic and all that stuff? And he's like, you know what? That's a great idea. Perfect time for you to do it. I got to do the late Oilers game. And so then the Esks make this trade for Riley, and Riley is a guest on my show, and he knocked it out of the park. Just an incredible interview. Very smart. I'm sure many of you remember hearing Riley interviewed. And as soon as the interview ended, I got a text from Dan basically being like, you lucky bastard. You got to, he was like, I wish I could have interviewed him. I didn't even know he was going to be that good. And Riley was pretty good over the years. We got some here coming into the nasty chat. Koob, you had to keep an eye on the text box for me. Big Uke says Jason Kelsey, for a guy on the bottom of the pile every play. He always has a good articulate interview. The doc says, what about Ilya Brizgalov, the spaceman Bill Lee of the NHL? The doc also says Brendan Perlini was a breath of fresh air when he was here. Had some great press conferences. Yeah, he was good. I had him on Inside Sports as well. Very, very thoughtful, not just about hockey, but sort of his journey through life as a hockey player. Mex Bezozu says JJ Redick. I don't remember what he was like as a player, but Mex, I'll take your word for it. All right, some good ones coming in there. So that is our off-topic topic. An athlete you found intelligent, when you heard him interviewed, or her, when they were a current athlete. Not somebody like Shaq, who then went into you can say Shaq, but let's say somebody when they played, not when they later went into broadcasting. So that's the off-topic topic. All right, should we do a clue, my friend Koob?
We should.
Where are my clues? I almost thought I forgot to bring them. That would have been quite scandalous, wouldn't have it?
It would have. Even with a short show, we got to get these clues out.
We got to get the clues out. So here's what I can tell you. You are trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. You're invited down tonight for the Oilers game. You can also join them Fridays and Saturdays, well, Fridays today, after 9 p.m. for the late night happy hour specials. Food starting at $4, drinks from $3.75. Book your reservation now at hudsonscanadaspub.com. Just to recap the rules, and in case maybe someone is new out there, I know we're bringing in a lot of new audience members over the course of the playoff run. To submit a guess, I should say, you must text 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. That's the only way you can win, is by texting in your guesses. We ignore, when it comes to this, I ignore emails, we ignore the nasty chat, we ignore notes slipped under the door here at EST Global HQ. You must text it in. And maximum 3 guesses per person. Koob, how easy is it to monitor that? Like, almost the easiest thing in the world.
Quite. Yeah, quite very, very easy.
Because when you text in, it's like a stream of text, but then when you click on someone's phone number, then it shows you all the texts that you've sent in. So Koob can tell how many you've sent in since 3 o'clock.
3 strikes and you're out?
Clue. Yeah. So you gotta wager here. You got to decide if you're going to guess early, guess late, see how many clues you want to jump in with. And again, you're trying to win a $25 GC to Hudson's Canada's Pub. The first clue is Dallas. The first clue is Dallas. D-A-L-L-A-S.
The big D.
First clue is Dallas. There it is. Thank you, Koob, for the appropriate sound effect.
I think that might be. There's maybe too much reverb.
I don't think the clue would have resonated without that.
No.
Am I putting the clues in the nasty chat? I guess I got to do that, right?
I could if you like.
No, I'll do it. Clue number 1. I put it in. I put it in the nasty chat on YouTube. Again, if you are on YouTube, do not wait. Do not pleasure delay. Show a sense of urgency, to use one of my least favorite and most overused sports phrases. Show a sense of urgency with the thumbs. You got to get in there and click, because this show is one third of the less time. Boy, I botched that, eh? It's
1/3 of the less time.
It's 2/3 of a normal length show. It's 1/3 shorter. So you can't be, I'll click in the final hour. If you click, I want you to click between 5 and 6, but that's for Tom's show.
We're already 1/6 of the way to the end of the show.
That's a very good point. Maybe this will be the fraction show.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right, there it is. Jump into YouTube. If you're on one of the audio streams, that's also great. Of course, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. You can follow the station at YEG Sports Talk. Follow me at Reid Wilkins on X, ReidWilkins. But if you're on one of the audio streams, maybe just take a sec, hop over to YouTube when you can, give us the thumbs up. You can share the show link with other people, text it, email it, say, hey, go check this show out. They're getting you ready for the game tonight. All that fun stuff. All right, Joaquin Gage, he's working overtime. I'm going to pull him back in for a fun chat. Sean Brown is coming up as well. It's the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
From Dallas, Game 2 of the West Final goes between the Oilers and the Stars, with Edmonton down 1-0 in the series. Join Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas at Hudson's Bourbon Street in West Ed as they tee up the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. It starts at 5 right here on EST. On Long Island, Matthew Darsh has been hired as the general manager of the Islanders. Darsh spending the last 6 seasons in Tampa Bay as the director of hockey operations, winning back-to-back Stanley Cups. In Rimouski, the Memorial Cup starts tonight. Gavin McKenna and his Tigers challenge the Oceanic. While out in Winnipeg, the Bombers have re-upped 36-year-old two-time Grey Cup champion Zach Collaros to a 1-year contract extension, keeping him locked up through the 2026 season. NBA action sees the Knicks looking to tie their series at 1 apiece against the Pacers. Tip-off for that one is at 6 o'clock. While from Tampa Bay, the Jays and Rays have their opener. Eric Lauer starts for Toronto, first pitch just after 7. Earlier, it was the Red Sox being stomped by the Orioles. We're stomping the Orioles 19-3 with the back end of their doubleheader going just after 5. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can also shop online at ParamountFlooring.ca. Joaquin Gage in studio up next. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Because did Draisaitl not look so much better in the first 40 minutes last night?
Way better. Now, he still has that 1 turnover, leads to that again goal against, which wasn't great. Didn't love that play, but as far as his ability to dominate and to control the puck and to control the game and the pace of the game, he looked way better. So, I mean, if he's at that level the entirety of the series, I can't see them losing.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Fridays just got a whole lot more fun. Spin the wheel at the Banquet for your shot to win big and save on your bill. Spin, win, save. It's that easy. Details at thebanquetbar.com. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Time out, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using
at sentinelstorage.ca, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
All right, Joaquin Gage joining me here in the Banquet studio, craving a late night snack. Check out the Banquet's new late night happy hour menu. Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. till close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet. Get real, play hard. Yes, for those of you just tuning in, Jason Milne is off today. I believe he's attending, I don't know, some sort of grad.
Oh, cool.
Maybe he finally finished U of A.
High school.
Finally gets to walk across that stage. Gager, thanks for sticking around, doing a little extra work today. Our off-topic topic for William Huff is an athlete you always found intelligent when you heard him or her interviewed. Jeremy in the Nasty Chat says Logan Couture was a great player and a really good interview, bright and interesting. Koob, what do you have coming into the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox?
Brett Kellington saying that Hyman seems very intelligent and humble too. And then Pat saying Craig Conroy, Ben Scrivens, and Ilya Bryzgalov.
Hyman is a good interview. Ekholm's obviously very good on the current team in terms of being like taking a second to think about the question and try to give you an answer, as opposed to just like, well, yeah, we like playing well, and we'll try to do it tonight. Gage, I don't know if you want to answer this from the exact question, or maybe a teammate you had along the way that you were like, man, this is just like a smart, interesting dude.
Look, Reid, we weren't splitting atoms for the most part of things, but I was always impressed. I'll tell you one thing, and I'll say a player in a sec here, but I was always fascinated about languages and how many people like from Europe or whatever spoke different languages and were able to answer a question in English. And I would when I played in Italy, there was a young kid. He never played, but he sat beside me in the dressing room, and he spoke 6 languages.
No way.
Yeah. So, and like it was English, obviously, French, German, Italian, Spanish, and the dialect from the village he was from. Like it was, he said it was kind of Italian Latin. Is completely different. But I would have to say Leon Draisaitl. Everyone he speaks like he's North American. He played major junior here, but this guy's first language is German, and he's able to convey I think a pretty good thought when he's posed a question in English. That always was because I played overseas, and when I was asked, I tried to speak some German or Swedish and stuff and add some words, but I could never answer like that.
I'll just ask you one more on this, sort of a tangent. I don't know if you're aware we go on those sometimes. Is it in a hockey locker room? I think you'll know what I mean. This is going to sound weird. Is it hard to be intelligent? Like, does some of the, like, there might be a guy, well, I like this style of book or music, but I would never admit that because I don't want to seem like
is there intelligent conversation in the locker room?
Yeah.
Is that kind of No, it's more like around here.
Yeah, it's just all
very just we're basically scraping the bottom of the toilets with most of the conversations around here. But no, sometimes there is. I mean, I guess what would we talk about most? I mean, sports, obviously. It was funny. Different cultures talk about different things too. If you remember the Michel Reason, he was from Switzerland. And so he would be looking at like banking stuff or whatever, right? Like it was a little bit, I guess maybe there, but yeah, no, we basically talked about maybe some video games. You know what? One of my really good friends that I played with, that we became good friends while playing, was Greg DeVries. And he was a really smart guy, where we would read books, and I read at like a third grade level. So we would read the same books, and he would finish them within 2 seconds. And I would like, and he would want, well, where's the other one? I go, I'm on page 5. Like, I can't, I need another 3 weeks to finish this before you can have it. Right. So, but he was an intelligent guy.
Yeah. Okay. Joaquin Gage sitting in with me for a little bit here. Of course, Joaquin on EST Afternoons with Hernan Salas every day from 1 to 3. We're going to dive into buying or selling here, presented by our buddy Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 17 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. So we were talking about a little bit of this off air too, because you and I think both respect the way the Florida Panthers play. Mm-hmm. Love them or hate them. I know this generation of Oilers fans will always hate them because of last year or have that resentment towards them. But we were talking about, like, this is just a nonstop, relentless, detailed, grind away, but still skilled type of team. And you know my nickname for the Golden Knights over the years, and they are still a very good team. So I kind of brought this up to you earlier. Are the better teams in pro sports, and specifically NHL, are they also better at not just finding talent, but finding people with competitive driven personalities?
That's what I think when you put together your scouting staff, that's what you want these guys to look for. And I know they come with their sheets and check marks, but there's some of those intangible things in players that you want to see from game 82 on, that show up on the ice. Like, you look at the roster of the Florida Panthers, there's a few guys, like a few guys played here, they picked up on waivers, Bennett comes, Reinhardt I do believe there's something about when they talk about culture of the team. Part of that is when guys get into a certain situation, playing with different players actually bring out the best in them. And that comes from the top down. I think it's just a mindset, a way of thinking. And somehow the Florida Panthers have harnessed that and put it in a bottle. I always love to, like they say, what do you miss most? It's conversations, kind of those locker room bad chats. But they showed it again on last night on Sportsnet with I believe it was Verhaeghe and Bennett talking in Game 7 in the Leafs, and they're both just casually saying, "Hey, I feel pretty good right now. Yeah, me too. It's like, I think I could play another month. How about you? Yeah, I'm not done yet." Like, and they're in this, like, that's the mentality you want in your players, right? They have the pressure cooker of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and these guys they just want to play hockey, and play at the highest, most intense level. It's great. I know you and I agree. My work wife over there is giving me an evil eye, and because I'm talking poorly about or talking too glowingly about the Panthers, but
I just find it interesting, and the Oilers. And I'm sorry, everybody, to bring this ear up, but like, they had a lot of misses at the draft.
Yeah.
And yes, they had high picks. Let's face it, most of whom have worked out. I mean, you can point to Jakob Puljujärvi. Most of the guys they picked high have been pretty good players. But they never found that Jamie Benn in the 4th or 5th round, wherever he was taken, guys like that. And I always wonder. And I don't really know what scouts do. I know they drive a lot. Like Elmer Benning's car is at the Toyota dealership on Calgary Trail, But, I just think that those conversations would be valuable. Okay, I just watched a game. This guy was the fastest player on the ice and one of the most skilled. Talk to him for a minute after the game. And then maybe your GM says, hey, Reid, didn't you scout John Smith? Gager, he's fast. He can dominate. I talked to him, and there was no light behind the eyes. I don't know if intellectually he can come to the NHL and then be pushed. You know who I talked to? The guy on the second line on his team who mucked around, got an assist, got in a fight, and I talked to him. And he seemed like he would jump off Everest to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I wonder if they have those chats to find those things out about players.
Well, I think scouting's come a long way, but I'm going way back in time here, and it was the Bond Senior draft, right?
Right.
So Jason, I had heard OHL looks like Mario, skates like Mario, shoots like so he was considered the next Mario Lemieux, almost just because he looked identical. He crafted his game after him. But what people didn't, I don't think, realize that he played on a line with Ethan Morrow, and I believe in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
And Ethan was a junkyard dog, right? He's the guy that would go into the corner with three other guys, come out with the puck and feed it to old Twinkle Toes Bonsignor in the slot to rifle a shot home. So Bonsignor's the one that scores the goal, but then and not that Ethan wasn't sought as a highly touted draft pick and had a great career, but that's the type of thing I think you want to look at. The first round, I mean, you look at the World Junior teams, you see all these great players. It's just a small percentage go on to have really successful NHL careers, if a career at all, right? So I don't know what the answer is, Reid, but I think you and I are along this. It's trying to find that. The French call it the je ne sais quoi, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Of what, and who knows? Maybe it's something in them that doesn't come out until they're in the right atmosphere, the right.
Well, even the Yanmarks of the world.
Yeah,
I mean he's in the third round for what the third time in the last 5 seasons. Been in the Cup final. I'm not saying teams win because of him, but he's a helpful player to have, that style,
that type of style. And there is a difference. There is a difference between the regular season and the postseason. It's a grinding style, a way of implementing your will on another team and hopefully getting them to quit before you do. And that's really not in the DNA of everyone.
Yeah.
But you got to figure that these guys getting to that high of a level, that it's somewhere. Maybe it's just dormant in some.
Yeah, I wish I knew we were going to go this far down this road, because I think DeBoer had a quote like that before the series. Like, our guys don't quit. Like, we don't go away. And I think Mike Babcock, and I know the luster came off him a little bit, but I remember years ago he said, like, he worked with players. He said, like, he said every human being, no matter who you are, has a give up line.
Yeah.
Like a line where it's just too much. Even the most resilient person in the world, whatever profession or whatever they're dealing with in their life. So he said he tried with his players to push their give up line further and further away. Yeah. Like, how much more can you withstand?
Yeah, my buddy wasn't a professional athlete. He used to work out with me and another friend of mine who was a professional hockey player. So, and he would say, like, he would work out with us, but it would get to a point where he was like, you guys are nuts. Because, there's that point you get to, and then we're like, okay, we've hit it, but we got to go further, because that's what you have to do. So, I think that line is teachable with a lot of people, and probably bangs the head against the wall for some coaches, because they know what some guys are capable of. And maybe you see it, and if you can just move that line a little bit more, you have something.
All right. Sean Brown's coming up in a few minutes here. Just to wrap up with you, Gager, and again, thanks for staying later. With a lot of talk about the Oilers' penalty kill. You guys have talked about it. Gazdic was on with us yesterday, described where the Oilers are trying to push the puck and where they want the shots to come from. Is that what you wanted as a goalie from your PK? Like, give them the point shot. Yeah. That's fine. Or give, like... Is that a key to it?
I didn't like guys blocking shots, to tell you the truth, Reid. Because if they got in my way, the chances of I couldn't see it, right? Give your goalie a chance. If you're going to get into the shooting lane, block it. Then don't go halfway. That's my advice, is what I'd say to my guys right now. If I were Stuart Skinner, I go, look, get in the shooting lane, fine, but make sure he can't shoot, or make him change, right? But let me see it. Give me a chance so I can stop it. Because usually, I mean, if he sees it from that distance, he's going to stop it.
Yeah. Well, the Haskinen one, he didn't see it all.
Didn't see it all.
Yeah. So you would have just said, Darnell, just step in front of it then. If you're
going to do it, you might as well block it then, right? Yeah, like whatever.
I don't know if the Oilers do that enough. I don't know if the Oilers shoot for screens and tips enough.
No,
quite frankly.
Tommy and I were just talking about the play that you see the Panthers do. I'm just talking about the Panthers
give
all
them
day.
The cup
but
already.
The what's referred to as the pass off the pillows, right?
Yeah.
The 2-on-1. Maybe the pass isn't there. The shot's there, but the goalie's in a good enough position. It's going to take a perfect shot. Like shooting far side off the pad, having the other guy go to the net is a great play because the goalie's down. You should have a rebound there, or you muck it up and you create chaos in the offensive zone. They could do a lot more. Don't let Ottinger off the hook by not getting a shot on net.
All right, Gager, thanks for doing this. Love you, buddy.
I love you.
Always love chatting with you.
I'm really getting bad looks from my work wife.
Well, what? Drove me to work today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, he's cheating on me? Jesus, that two-timer.
If you're in on YouTube, do not delay. Give us the thumbs up. Click that like button. We want to get over 200 on a game day. If everybody got in there and clicked, we'd probably be there in a few minutes. We certainly want to get to 155 to have a double word of the day, but let's push for 200. Sean Brown is coming up. Hernan's going to be on location just before I sign off today to set the table, I guess literally, from Hudson's Bourbon Street, which is going to be pretty cool. We'll have some clips from Knobloch and some of the Oilers players too. Here comes the Koob.
The Oilers look to bounce back in Game 2 against the Stars. Dallas scoring 5 unanswered goals to take the opener by a score of 6-3. Swing by West Ed to join Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas at Hudson's Bourbon Street as they break down the game during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in at 5 right here on EST. For the Islanders, Matthew Darsh has been named as the team's general manager, with the 57-year-old serving as the director of hockey operations for the Lightning over the past 6 seasons. Staying out east, Medicine Hat takes on Rimouski to kick off the Memorial Cup. Puck drop is at 5. While in the CFL, Winnipeg has extended Zach Collaros to a 1-year extension, with the 36-year-old entering his 6th year with the club. Basketball has New York host Indiana for Game 2 of the East Final. The Knicks trailing 1-0 in the series. MLB action sees Toronto and Tampa with their series opener. Eric Lauer takes the mound for the Jays with first pitch at 7:05. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or call them at 780-467-5014. Sean Brown joins us after the break. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses, chickens, did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear, Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Game 2 West Final, Oilers in Dallas tonight about 6:20 for the official puck drop time. We got you covered up until game time here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. Experience all the excitement of the casino in the palm of your hand. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code 100casino for a $100 casino bonus. Great to have Joaquin Gage sticking around. Oh, and good to catch up with this guy as well, former Edmonton Oiler. I briefly ran into him at Hockey Helps the Homeless a few weeks ago. I didn't initially recognize him because I was like 3 days after my eye surgery. It's Sean Brown checking in this afternoon. Sean, it's Reid. How are you?
Yeah, good. Always good to see you, Reid. I kind of figured when I said hi to you, I'm like, okay, why is this guy not recognizing me? It hasn't been that long. But hopefully you've recovered from your eye surgery there, and you're feeling a lot better than you did.
I'm getting through it, but yeah, I had to be like right up to you before I was like, oh, it's Sean. Good to have you check in this afternoon. The Oilers alum with Deanna with OEG. Always getting you and a lot of your alum colleagues out there on shows, which is pretty fun. Okay, let's cut the small talk. Let's dive right in. What would you tell the Oilers penalty killers tonight?
Well, yeah, I mean, I caught a little bit of you and Gager talking there. You know what? I think Gager's right. I mean, you need some big kills. You got to get some big blocks at some key times. Obviously, you need a save as well. It's that time of year where it's nothing real sexy or great about the PK other than just having the ability and courage to eat pucks. So that's, even more importantly, try not to put yourself in those types of situations as well, right? You don't want to be taking too many of those sticking penalties. It's been talked about enough, but they had all the momentum, and they kind of were making made it a little bit harder on themselves, obviously in the third period. But it is what it is, and I'm sure they'll bounce back well tonight.
Yeah, and it's a lot of, and I know from hosting a show for several years, like a team loses a game or they're going into a new series, and I get it. Fans want to hear, okay, we're changing everything. We're like, okay, like they want Knobloch to come out and say, okay, everybody, we're not going to do anything we did against Vegas. We're going to change everything for Dallas, but that's really not that realistic, right? A lot of teams, I find anyway, they'll say, we're going to do this well. And if we execute, we believe it beats what the other team does well.
Yeah, you want to play to your strengths, and, you don't want to change a whole lot. Obviously, you have a game plan, but the reality is that these are NHL players, right? And, they're NHL players because they have the ability, to understand some concepts and some tactical strategies that, coaches want you to play. But it's your ability as a pro to make those reads. You're the one that's playing the game, but it's your ability to make those reads as a pro. Whether it's on the PK of, when to go, when to anticipate, how to have an active stick, when maybe to take away a lane, or a lot of those anticipation skills are why you're, in the NHL to begin with. So, I think any coach would probably say that you're only as good as the players that you have in front of you. So, I don't think you want to change too much, because obviously they had a ton of success for 2 periods. But having said that, I mean, it's the playoffs and it's all about momentum. And, it's funny how, from shift to shift and period to period and game to game, how much it can change. I mean, that's the beautiful part about this game, is that, the Oilers were basically, Byfield, if he chips that puck by Bouchard and, scores an empty net goal, I mean, that series could be different. It's just those fine little details can change a series. Unfortunately, either way, that's, and as a veteran team, you're just, and as a pro, you're just kind of hanging around. You're hanging around and you're finding, you're always trying to find ways that you can build off, games or shifts for confidence that you can bring into, the next game and moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a great point about the Byfield play or whatever turning point. Like I was talking yesterday how, like, I know people were frustrated after the game 1 loss, and there was a lot of, well, why can't the Oilers lock it down like other teams do? And I was like, hold on, let's look at these playoffs. Like Montreal rallied to tie Washington, even though Washington won a game in overtime. I mean, just look at the Colorado-Dallas Game 7, Rantanen third period hat trick. Like the Winnipeg, I know now the Jets are out. They were 2 seconds away from being out. So I kind of say, like, you have to, I understand you wanted the Oilers to win that game, but they've been on the happy side it more often than not. I mean, that's the play. Like, people were saying Oilers going to Oiler, and I was like, no, playoffs going to playoff. Like, that's what this time of year is all about.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Gager and anyone that's on your podcast that's played the game, and I remember Lou Lamoriello, who was probably the best GM and probably the best program that I played for. He used to come down and he would talk about the importance of each shift and everyone kind of doing their job, and you really don't know at what a point in time that you take a shift off, or as a defenseman maybe you don't go back for a puck as quick as you should, or maybe you don't follow up the play as quick as you should. I mean, it really is in the playoffs, those little details and how important they are, and they change the momentum. I mean, these guys are, it's not, we're passionate and, as Oiler or as hockey fans, and you're like, man, what's wrong with these guys? Like, they're trying their best, but the thing is there's another team that's trying their best as well too, and they want to win, right? So it's an emotional roller coaster. And if anyone's ever played and been in those situations and big games and big moments, and knowing the mental side of the game and how prepared and how much and you have to be engaged and focused, and you lose it for that 1 second. Sometimes you don't sometimes get an opportunity to get it back.
All right. Gager and I were having a chat about intelligence as well, because yesterday on the show, I had the new Elks quarterback, Cody Fajardo, on. He's been in the CFL a while, and he was like a superb interview. So I asked our audience, like, what's an athlete you've enjoyed hearing interviewed over the years? And then with Gager, I said, like, who was a really intelligent teammate? So I'm going to ask you. Now, you can't say Gager because you guys were teammates. So you can't. You can't.
No, I'm kidding. Gager's a great guy. A great teammate too.
Who was a really bright guy that you were impressed by when you played with him? Where it's like, yeah, this guy's kind of got it together. He's a well-rounded guy.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. There's probably a number of guys. I mean, you know what? Having a young son that plays and working with young athletes, who I enjoy listening to now is I enjoy listening to Stuart Skinner. I really like his approach, and obviously he's had, like every athlete, some ups and downs throughout his career and throughout a season. We all face that. And I think it's important because it was one thing that took me, a little bit of time to kind of figure out. I don't know if I actually really figured it out as well as I should have, but when you're young and you're playing, I had this vision of, NHL players, to make it to the NHL, you had to be perfect. They were perfect, and, they were consistent, and they did the right thing all the time. They were always working hard. And obviously I became an NHL player, and I was far from perfect and far from consistent. And so, I guess when I listen to Stuart Skinner, I love the way he talks, after a game where he plays well, but I also enjoy listening to him and his approach and the ownership that he takes when he doesn't play well. He doesn't, Reid, you're in the room a lot more than what I am. He doesn't seem like he's a guy that shies away from the media, doesn't shy away from the tough questions. He knows when, he's struggling or, maybe should have made a save, but, he takes complete ownership of it. He to me never seems like he's ever too high or ever too low. And I think it's important for young athletes to listen and watch pros, how they struggle. Because more often than not, and Skinner's, obviously done that, they find ways to bounce back. And you can't be a pro, if you have multiple poor games, right? You have to be consistent. You have to find ways to get your game back on track if you want to be a real NHL player. Yeah. And so he's the way he talks and the things that he says, and the fact that, I just love the fact that, he's a hometown boy. He's got all this pressure. And I think he handles it very, very well.
Yeah, and they'll be looking for a big game from him tonight as well. Sean, it's great to see you. Hopefully I see you around the rink soon. I always enjoy chatting with you and catching up with you. Hope everything's going well for you. Really appreciate your time, man. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me. See you, Reid.
Right on. Sean Brown checking in. Of course, former NHL defenseman, good chunk of his career with the Edmonton Oilers. Alumni relations, doing a great job providing players throughout the course of the playoff run. So awesome that they teed Sean up for us today on the Reid Wilkins Show. Okay, we're coming up to the 4 o'clock break. So what are we going to do here, Koob? You got to help me out. All right. What are we doing? Do you have off-topic? Or do we have nobody's won? Nobody's won.
Nobody has won.
Nobody's won. Okay, so I'll give the second clue right away, unless you want to do something else first. We do the second clue?
We do the second clue.
We're going to do the second clue right now. Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Okay? So we're trying to give away a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. You must text in your guesses to 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino hotline. The second clue, and I'm going to post this in the nasty chat as well as I'm doing this. Ooh, typing and talking at the same time. That's dangerous, Koob. Clue number 2 is Boston. Okay? First clue was Dallas. Second clue, Boston.
2 fantastic sports cities and just cities in general.
I'm not saying anything else. Dallas and Boston are the clues. Okay?
All right.
That's it.
Dallas and Boston. I think they had a tea party there.
Okay. Again, I'm not. You can. I'm not. Koob's going renegade here with this extra stuff. The clues I'm giving are Dallas and Boston. All right. There it is. Thank you, Koob, for remembering the. And again, don't put it in the nasty chat. Do not put your guesses in the nasty chat. You cannot win that way. Okay? You have to text 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. We got the oil understood for GCL Diesel. Coming up, Hernan is on his way to West Edmonton Mall to broadcast from Hudson's on Bourbon Street. He's going to join us as well. We're with you until 5, and then it goes into our pregame coverage back after the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
And you know what else is pretty incredible for SGA right now is he's got the MVP, heavy favorite for the title, and would be a finals MVP. The last guy to do that was LeBron in 2013. But look at guys who have won titles since then. Like KD won titles. Obviously Steph won titles. Giannis won titles. Jokic won titles. And none of those guys did that. And SGA's on the verge of doing
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Experience the iconic music of Dire Straits with DSL, Dire Straits Legacy, June 12th in the venue at River Cree Resort and Casino. Featuring original members and musicians who recorded, performed, and toured the globe with Dire Straits. Alan Clark, Dire Straits' first keyboardist, plus Phil Palmer, Danny Cummings, and Mel Collins. This incredible show includes all the hits, Money for Nothing, Sultans of Swing, Walk of Life, and more. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Got some gently used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
Sunday through Thursday, 9 p.m. to close, head to The Banquet and dive into banquet burgers, sushi tacos, nachos, and more. Late night bites, big flavors, and epic deals. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Experience the iconic music of Dire Straits with DSL, Dire Straits Legacy, June 12th in the venue at River Cree Resort and Casino. Featuring original members and musicians who recorded, performed, and toured the globe with Dire Straits. Alan Clark, Dire Straits' first keyboardist, plus Phil Palmer, Danny Cummings, and Mel Collins. This incredible show includes all the hits, Money for Nothing, Sultans of Swing, Walk of Life, and more. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Edmonton battles Dallas down 1-0 in the Western Conference Final. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, they get you set for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Live from Hudson's Bourbon Street at 5. Tune in right here on EST. On Long Island, Matthew Darsh has been hired as the general manager of the Islanders. Staying in hockey, Gavin McKenna and his Tigers open up the Memorial Cup against the hosts, Rimouski. For the Jays, right-handed pitcher Max Scherzer returns to practice tomorrow in Florida before joining the Blue Jays in Texas. He continues to recover from a thumb injury. And just after 7 tonight, the Jays challenge the Rays in their series opener. Eric Lauer gets the ball for Toronto. On the court, the Knicks and Pacers tip off in Game 2 of the East Final. New York blowing a 14-point lead in the final 3 minutes of the opening contest. Out in Winnipeg, the Blue Bombers have signed 36-year-old Zach Laros to a 1-year extension to lock him up through the 2026 season. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment today. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. We are about 2 hours and 15 minutes from the start of Game 2 of the Western Conference Final. Oilers in Dallas. Reid Wilkins with you. Jason Milne is off today. The Koob is here doing your sports updates. I'll tell you what, everybody. Let's get going with the thumbs up. All right? We're over 100. Let's get to 200 by 5 o'clock. Have yet another 200 thumb though show during the playoffs. We didn't get there yesterday. That's fine. But game day today, huge game for the Oilers against an excellent Dallas Stars team. So get in there and click the thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Koob, you love singing along to that, eh?
It's my favorite song to sing, Reid.
That's Koob's favorite song.
Yeah.
Well, but with your generation's attention span, that's probably the most lyrics you could remember.
It's probably true.
Not the entire Def Leppard catalog like I have stored away.
No, I couldn't do that. I need to do this on karaoke.
Right.
Thumb, thumb.
Yep, that's a great karaoke song. All right.
Everybody loves it.
Nobody's won. Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the
Nobody
game.
just yet. There's a couple players that people are really veering towards, but
And they're wrong.
They're both wrong.
And they're wrong. We're not going to say who those are because that's another clue in of itself. But now those people will know that that's wrong.
Well, Hawk and Lube is the one that we were talking about
And Hawk and Lube's
earlier,
definitely
which is
wrong.
Not the one.
Yes.
Definitely wrong, for sure.
Because you're Hawk and Koob. The Flames had Hawk and Lube. Right. Here's how we expect the Oilers to line up tonight, at least to start the game. McDavid between Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Kapanen. Henrique with Kane and Brown. Brown did not take the morning skate, but head coach Chris Knobloch says he will play. Jeff Skinner was in that spot this morning. Janmark with Frederick and Perry. Defensively, Kulak, Bouchard, Nurse, Stetcher, Wallman, Klingberg, Stuart Skinner, the goaltender, Olivier Rodrigue, the backup goaltender, as the Oilers try to get back into the win column after allowing all those power play goals against in the third period to the Dallas Stars. Time to dive into the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. Okay. So, where do we want to start today? Well, I guess we'll start with the obvious story. Penalty kill, not good in game one. Not good for most of the playoffs, so they have had some bounce back and important performances. Adam Henrique was asked, so, you still got confidence in the PK or what?
Well, it's still there. We know what we have to do. We want to be skating, be able to put pressure and put them in difficult situations when you can. And I think all the guys on the penalty kill understand that and understand when we need to pressure and when we need to be, have that high intensity and make it difficult on them.
You get a good feel. You can look at scout a penalty, a power play as much as you want, but you actually have to play it to get a good feel of it.
Yeah, once you're out there and playing, you can tend to pick up on certain guys' tendencies when they're in certain spots. They got a lot of good players. They're going to make good plays, but you just have to try to limit those opportunities, limit those chances, and like I said, try to put them in difficult positions to make those plays.
Yeah, I get that you might hear that and think, how can they possibly have confidence in the penalty kill? I want to remind you that these are highly confident and honed athletes, and I also know that they look at film, they'll make adjustments, they'll draw on any other time in their careers on which they were part of a good penalty kill. And for a lot of these guys, they just go back to last year's playoffs and say, hey, let's turn it around now and do what we did last year. That is easier said than done. But a lot of times they are telling themselves, and look, maybe rightfully or wrongfully, maybe I do believe that sometimes to be a high level athlete, maybe you have to lie to yourself a little bit or convince yourself maybe you're better than you are or you're closer to being good than you are. But I think part of Henrique's message is we still have confidence in what we're doing. We've done it before. It's some little tweaks. Maybe it's an inch or two here or there or a better read here or there, and that they're going to turn it around. We'll see tonight. I do think this. The Oilers, I thought against Dallas, especially on the first power play and a half, did a pretty good job at preventing Dallas from even getting set up. So that was victory number one. The part that they didn't win was that when Dallas did get set up, and power plays will be able to do that eventually, they didn't do a very good job. I mean, Heiskanen made a smart play with that point shot. Granlund made a really good shot from an angle at which the Oilers are willing to give up the shot. Luke Gazdic explained that yesterday. They're okay with wingers shooting from a bad angle and saying, okay, it's Skinner or Pickard, who's ever in net, you got to stop that. I thought Granlund made a very good shot there. And then, as we talked about the third power play goal, Dallas's fourth goal was just a mess. Skinner lost where the puck was. Goalie's got to find it. He looked out of it on the play. And I think the Oilers' other penalty killers looked out of it on the play as well. I'm not sure any of them really found the puck, and Duchesne was able to casually flip it in. So they're saying, okay, that's probably not going to happen again. They're saying, okay, we'll do a better job on the Heiskanen shot. They're saying they're adjust to what Granlund did. So that's part of the back and forth, but clearly major deficiency for the Oilers in game one. Matthias Janmark, who's one of the Oilers' better penalty killers.
We all knew coming into this year that we were probably not going to replicate last year. That was a run you go on one time, I think. But for sure, you want to become better, and it's a huge part of the success you're going to have. And I think so far in the playoffs, the first two rounds, we've gone off to bad starts, and we've made adjustments and gotten better. And I think last games, it was a lot of good, but obviously it cost us the game. We needed one more play on all of those kills, and we didn't get it.
And they're banking on getting better as the series goes on. I just want to recap that here from the Oilers game log, which I had, and now I'm flipping around. But a horrible start against Los Angeles, like a horrible start against the Los Angeles Kings. Could not kill a penalty. Got better as the series went on. Didn't start great against the Vegas Golden Knights. Here we go. First 3 games against Los Angeles, the Oilers gave up 7 power play goals on 12 kills. Terrible. Rest of the series, they only gave up 1 against on 8. Start of the series against the Golden Knights, they did go 2 for 2 in game 1. Then they went 2 for 3 in game 2. Then they only went 2 for 4 in game 3. And then, of course, perfect 5 for 5 in games 4 and 5. They went perfect in games 3 through 5. I was combining the series there. And then the disaster against the Golden Knights. So this is what the Oilers are selling, and they're not selling it to you. I don't think they're saying this for the benefit of the fan base or the media. I think they're saying it for the benefit of themselves. They're probably saying it internally, and then that's what they say publicly. Hey, guys, we're smart. We can figure it out. We can adapt. We're going to adapt better than the other power plays. You know what? Another thing would be great? Stay out of the penalty box. Don't give teams rapid power play opportunities one after another. Evander Kane on taking penalties.
The types of penalties we're taking too, stick infractions, you don't want to see. I think, it's tough. On high sticks, you're never meaning to high stick a guy or get somebody up high. But, those are things that you just have to clean up. And, we had a 5-minute lapse there where we went penalty after penalty after penalty, and they were able to capitalize. And, we just have to move on and get ready for game 2.
Yeah, big storyline as well. Stay out of the box. Look, let's say the Oilers' penalty kill just can't be better than 33%. Well, then really you're putting yourself in a position where you can't be shorthanded more than 3 times a game. Maybe this is just how good they are. Maybe they're a 66.7% penalty kill. 66.7% penalty kill. So you really can't take more than a penalty a period. And then maybe you're giving the opposition a goal a game on their power play, but then maybe your power play can match that. And that's another thing. The Oilers' power play has to be a little bit better, especially on the road. But maybe, you can overcome 1 goal against on the PK. You can't overcome 3, especially in rapid succession. So big storyline going into that game tonight. The Oilers have been a pretty good team at adjusting over the last couple of years. Chris Knobloch.
Well, I think they're an older team. They're mature. They've seen everything. And they are willing to do whatever it takes to win a hockey game. And, if they believe that a change is needed to make us better, they'll do it. I don't think we make a lot of changes unless they're warranted. Sometimes you just change things just to change the scenery, just the message. But I think we have done a pretty good job of not changing things up. And when we do need to, it's not that we've been changing things up all the time. So when there is a change, they're bought in. They understand why we're doing that. When you've got good, smart hockey players, being able to change things is a lot more fluid. It's a lot more, the transition's easier when you got smart hockey players that they can adapt. And I think we're full of smart hockey players who've obviously have a lot of experience. So that transition is a lot easier than, say, a younger team that's not as talented.
All right. Well, the Oilers are a veteran team. Dallas has some veterans as well. That's what makes this series interesting and fun to watch. And let's face it, the Dallas Stars are not sitting back for the last 42 hours or whatever and saying, well, we're good. We don't have to change. Like 5-on-5, the Oilers were better. There's no doubt about that. I know many of you are frustrated and saying, Reid, you got to play 60 minutes. They didn't win the game. You were correct, but I don't think you want to discount how the Oilers played for 40 minutes. They were controlling the game. And the Oilers had a couple, back to special teams. The Oilers had a power play up 3-1, did not score. The Oilers had a power play down 4-3, did not score. So it was a penalty kill failure. And I could also argue that it was a power play failure as well, because they didn't score goals at key times that could have extended the lead or got the game tied again. But anyway, Dallas has to adjust as well. I think Dallas is going to come out trying to skate better, moving their feet more, trying to forecheck more, because the Oilers dictated the pace of most of the first 40 minutes of that game. Off on a couple of other topics here. Mattias Ekholm remains a key piece missing for the Edmonton Oilers. He's been injured for the entire postseason. He is back practicing and traveling with the team. Chris Knobloch did have a chat with Ekholm as the morning skate was going on today. Kind of skated around with him, had a bit of a one-on-one. Knobloch explains.
Long talk, just checking up on his family and his son William, how he's doing in hockey and summer sports and school, all that stuff. But heck, he's feeling good, and obviously he's missing out. Watching the games is a very difficult part of it when you're not playing, and he's been in the league a long time, and this is the first time he's missed any playoff games, so he's definitely wanting to be a part of this.
Okay, well, apparently just to catch up about Ekholm's kids' sports. He does. Hey, that's all. Hey, yeah, Kevin talked to you about your kid's slow pitch lately. How's that going? Oh, are you hurt? I can't remember if you were playing or not. Yeah.
Hey man, he's probably
was that the full the full truth from Knobloch? I don't know if it was. Which is fine. What's he gonna say?
Truthfully,
he's not gonna comment on the injuries. Right? I mean, he may have gone up to him and said, "Hey, wasn't your boy playing high level soccer or something? What's going on there?" No, but they may have talked about Ekholm's health, or maybe they know that already. Maybe they don't have to talk about it.
Maybe that was the only thing they talked about. How many goals did Timmy get?
Yeah, maybe it's just all about the Timbits soccer. Does Timbits sponsor the soccer? I don't even know. I don't have kids.
I actually don't know myself. I remember I was a Timbit when I played hockey, but that was a while ago.
What do they call the little kids in soccer?
Ooh.
Is it Timbit soccer or is it something else? I don't even know.
It might have been when I played, but I don't know if it's still that today.
All right. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And you can chat with me and with each other in the Nasty Chat if you're in the YouTube stream. If you are on YouTube, don't hesitate, everybody. Click that thumbs up. We got to push for 200 by the end of the show because it's a nice milestone for us, and we're doing pretty good. But I think some of you might be delaying just a little bit. You might be saying, oh, we're going to make Reid wait today. Look at this clown by himself trying to host a show. I've done that before, everybody. I'll be fine.
Do or do not. There is no try.
There is no try. Get in there and click the thumbs up. Don't wait any longer. I want to be satisfied, and you want to hear me stop yapping about it. Just another clip here. This one is a bit on a different topic, but I thought it was interesting. Mattias Janmark was asked this by a Dallas reporter. Mattias Janmark and John Klingberg went to the Stanley Cup final together in 2020 as members of the Dallas Stars. And Janmark was asked about going on another run with Klingberg now with the Edmonton Oilers.
It's fun. We came up together here, became really good friends, and played for a lot of years and came close. And when I left, we always kind of said that it would be fun to play together again, and just so happened to be that way this year, and to have a chance to be in the conference final again and to go to the Stanley Cup final. It's something that's really exciting.
All right, a little bit there from Matthias Janmark. Klingberg, I think, has looked pretty good. Maybe not as good in the last couple of games as he did against LA in the start of the Vegas series, but I still think he's turned out to be a nice addition to the Oilers' blue line. I got to admit, I wasn't a huge fan of that signing when they signed him. I thought with maybe a couple of exceptions, he wasn't that great in the regular season, but Klingberg's been an important member of the blue line here during the playoffs. All right, another clue, Koob. Nobody's won in the last few minutes?
Nobody has won, no. I think we should do another clue, though.
Yeah, we got to have a winner by 5. So, well, I think someone's going to, well, okay, I won't say too much. This is the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. You're trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's, all right? And you have to text your answers. We only accept text submissions, 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. The third clue is 2023 champion. So the third clue is 2023 champion. The first clue... Sorry. You actually startled me with that. I'm like, who let this little kid in the studio?
It's the voices.
It's the voices in my head yet again. What was I saying? The first clue. Here are the 3 clues so far. Dallas, Boston, 2023 champion. Who is the mystery athlete of the game? Text in your guess to 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort Casino inbox. Smash that like button on YouTube as well. We got to have a 200 thumb show here on Game 2 between the Oilers and the Stars. Jay's not here, but we do have a play of the day. We'll get to some of your limericks. Hernan Salas is going to hop on from Hudson's on Bourbon Street. It's Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta.
The Oilers and Stars clash for Game 2 of the West Final. Dallas taking Game 1 by a score of 6-3. Catch Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas at Hudson's Bourbon Street in West Ed for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show as they preview the action at 5. Right here on EST. From Rimouski, the Tigers and Oceanic drop the puck to mark the start of this year's Memorial Cup. While on the court, the Pacers and Knicks hit the court, with New York looking to tie the East Final at 1 apiece. For the Jays, Max Scherzer continues to recover from his thumb injury, getting back to practice tomorrow in Florida before joining the team in Texas for the start of the series against the Rangers tonight. Just after 7, the Jays and Rays have their series opener, with Eric Lauer taking the mound for Toronto. In CFL news, Zach Collaros is sticking with the Blue Bombers through the 2026 season, with the 36-year-old signing a 1-year extension ahead of his 6th season with the team. Tomorrow, the Elks kick off their preseason as they challenge the Stampeders on the road in Calgary. Cody Fajardo gets the start for the Double E with kickoff at 7:30. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they got plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Up next, it's Jay's Play of the Day. For Play Alberta, I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Time out, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
The EST Hangout.
Have you seen that meme of that teacher who made a list of banned words?
No.
It's like Gen Z slang. Intern, Ben.
Was it this?
What's the Gen Z slang?
I'm sure I know the term. Okay, let Benny guess if you like.
Okay.
Low key, high key.
Yeah.
You doing too much. Cap, no cap. What's cap? It means like you're lying.
Oh, I benched 400 pounds this morning. I bet cap.
God, you guys are idiots.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Fridays just got a whole lot more fun. Spin the wheel at the banquet for your shot to win big and save on your bill. Spin, win, save. It's that easy. Details at thebanquetbar.com. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Timeout, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, game night. Oilers, Stars. Western Conference Final Game 2. Going to drop the puck at about 6:20, so we're inside 2 hours from game time now. I'm with you until 5, and then we'll go to Hudson's Bourbon Street for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom and Hernan are setting up there right now. Hernan's going to jump on for a scene set at about 4:40. Connor Brown did not take the morning skate. Head coach Chris Knobloch said he will play as the Oilers try to recover from the Game 1 loss. Here's Adam Henrique.
You know, it's just a reset. You watch, you see what, maybe mistakes or adjustments need to be made, and we talk about those, and you just go out and make them. You know, we just go out, play our game. Like I said, we're a confident group that with our 5-on-5 game and even special teams game that we can go out and win.
Yeah, big adjustments needed on special teams for the Oilers. Hopefully they can do a lot of what they did 5-on-5 again tonight. Coming to you here, Jay Milne's off today, by the way, attending a graduation of a family member in Southern Alberta. We're in the banquet studio every Monday, bowl for just $2 all day at the banquet bar. Walk in, grab your friends, and start your week with some fun. Get real, play hard at the banquet. We better catch up on some limericks here. Koob, are you good to go with the music?
I got it rolling right now.
He's got it rolling right now, so I got to catch up here. Limerick's a big part of the show. Jeff and YYZ, moving onward tonight to Game 2. The Oilers know what they must do. Special teams playing strong. No Pantera Stars song. A win as tasty as fresh barbecue. I like rhyming to, do, and barbecue. That's pretty good. Koob, I have to admit that I was very ignorant. I did not know about the Pantera Dallas Stars connection.
You know, I'm a huge Pantera fan.
Maybe I knew and I forgot at some point.
I think I'm in that same boat where I forgot as well. Like, I'm a huge Pantera fan. I love all their stuff. Well, most of it. But I remember at one point knowing that they made the song for the Dallas Stars. I didn't know it was that song specifically.
So that's why they yell out Dallas Stars. They're yelling because we talked about yesterday how we use that for our off-topic topic. What's an annoying fan chant or in arena thing? And that's what I said. They just yelled Dallas Stars. They don't even really cheer the goal, but I guess that's whole part of their thing. Okay, so cool. I didn't know that.
Arlington Band.
I must feel shame.
Shame.
That's the only thing I can feel is shame.
Shame.
Bronco Nick has written a limerick as well. Everyone's excited for tonight's game. Oilers look to avenge the third period shame. McDavid will fly. Ottinger will cry. The Oilers will make the Stars look lame. All right, pretty good. And VR Montenegro today going by the moniker Venomous Reptile Montenegro. Where is Jay? At livestock show for Fluffy Alpaca? Or at the arcade playing Mortal Kombat's Baraka? Did I say that right? Sure.
Maybe.
He's living his best life, YOLO, leaving us here with Reid solo, piloting the show with his sidekick, Ice Kubaka. What? Ice Kubaka? Oh, that was good. That was really good. So we have two new nicknames for you today. Hawkin Koob, not Hawkin Lube, Hawkin Koob, and Ice Kubaka, courtesy VR Montenegro. Cool. Incredibly creative submissions. All right, let's do. We got to do the thing. Okay, so Jay and I started this. You got to give me a topic or a word, and I got to come up with an improv limerick around it.
Reid, I don't think you're gonna like me. Chewbacca.
Chewbacca is the word. Okay.
I'm sorry. It's the first thing that came to mind. I love the nickname.
All right. Chewbacca was truly a glorious Wookiee. When hungry, he would reach for a tasty cookie. His buddy was Han, a very noble Mon, but they never, ever tried to make Nookie.
Oh, Reid. What a limerick. That's like the Limp Bizkit song.
Oh, yes, thank
Nookie,
you. Yes. I don't know if that was any good. That might have not been appropriate for younger audiences.
I like the Mon.
This show needs to come with a warning.
Yeah, you might have needed an accent.
Might have needed a parental advisory sticker. Oh, I need to put a parental advisory sticker on my forehead.
I think Limp Bizkit had a lot of those.
Did they really?
Maybe not on their foreheads, but on their albums.
On their albums, for sure. All right. Did you have one coming in as well? Did you say another limerick?
I did, and I had to read it a couple times. This one coming in from Brandon in the River Cree inbox. There's no punctuation in the text, which is fine. It tests me. But let's go here. I think this is my first time reading the limerick. Randy hit send before he thought. Reid's reaction was fiery and hot. Now the pipsqueak wimp's mouth is zipped. Like a gimp balls...
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the Pulp Fiction reference there, I think.
Whoa. To say to your face, he has not.
All right. Well, pretty creative. I think the third and fourth lines might have been a little long.
Right, and I think I flubbed it a little bit.
That's okay. I think the message received. We got the spirit of it.
Pre-read.
About the spirit. Yeah. Well, it's hard sometimes. People send in limericks on the fly, and we're like, we want to get to a limerick. Just me in the nasty chat says, Reid, don't you think the Stars are going to adjust their 5-on-5 game just like we have to get better on the PK and PP? So, yeah, I was talking about that earlier, just me. Definitely the Stars have to adjust. Like, it's not, both teams are, like, we look at everything from an Oilers perspective. A lot of you are Oilers fans. The Stars have to play better 5-on-5. Like, Peter DeBoer is not an idiot. He's an experienced coach. He's won a lot of games. He's won a lot of playoff series. He's not sitting there and thinking, that's cool. Yeah, we'll just get on the power play and score every single time. So I think the Stars, they just got to get skating. Like if I was talking more about the Stars game, I would say they got to get skating. They got to try to push the pace. They got to make the Oilers react, not let the Oilers dictate everything. So I think you'll see Dallas try to come out with a little more energy, a little more physicality, probably try to get the puck in deep on the Oilers defense. A lot of these basic hockey things we talk about that the Oilers have been good at, and I thought they were pretty good at 5-on-5 in the first two periods, and even portions of the third, even after they fell behind. All right, if you're watching us on YouTube, remember to click that thumbs up. It is stagnant with the thumbs, Koob. We might not have a double word of the day. Like, I'm writing off 200 again for the second straight day, like, unless people want to prove me wrong and get in there and click the thumbs. But can we get 20 more thumbs to get to 155? Because you're doing Jay's job and you've prepared 2 words of the day. I have, and I'm very excited about the words. So let's at least reward the Koob for that. Do it for the Hawk and Koob. Do it for Hawk and Koob. Let's at least get to 155. I'd love to get to 200. That would send me into the weekend on a high note. Is it hailing? Do you hear that? What is that?
Sounds like a tornado or something.
It sounds like there's torrential rain. We can't see outside. I don't remember hearing this before.
Ooh. It was hailing a bit yesterday. Is that an AC running?
That's rain coming down.
It's rain, baby. Let it rain.
Yeah, I think we're getting a storm or something.
As Jack Michaels likes to say, pouring it on. The rain.
The rain is pouring it on. We got to do Jay's play of the day. Jay is not here. I think Dustin did the play of the day for Jay today. Courtesy Play Alberta. Gaming made easy anytime, anywhere with Play Alberta. You've got a full casino experience right at your fingertips. Play from your phone, tablet, or computer. Whenever works for you, download the Play Alberta app today and get started with a $100 casino bonus. Just deposit $20 with promo code 100casino. Play smart, play local, and remember to use your game sense. So here's what you want to do. Go to playalberta.ca or go to your Play Alberta app, click sports, and then you'll see a menu, and EST specials is one of the options. So they have, we have our early bird bet. We have Dusty's play of the day. We have the lock shop partner parlay. We got the Grand Est, the Grand EST parlay, and we have Jay's play of the day, which is a relatively simple one today. Indiana Pacers plus 5.5. Now, I do the odds. What do? I do the American odds? Or do I do the British odds? It's
you do the British one.
It's 1.9 to 1.
So that would mean you guys discussed yesterday. Right. It's 1.7.
No, I don't know. Sorry. I don't know what the plus minus would be. I don't do it that way.
Okay.
It's 1.9 to 1. Okay. So Indiana Pacers plus 5.5 is Jay's play of the day. Dusty's play of the day, by the way, 2.15 to 1. Connor McDavid with a power play point tonight. That would be nice if the Oilers... Well, they did score on the power play last game, though it wasn't off a traditional setup. It was kind of off a broken play with the puck going to the front of the net. All right. Scott says, yes, Reid, you are southeast of me here in the West End. It looks ugly in the EST direction. Though, trying to see if we can still... It's not coming down as loud on the roof as it was a couple minutes ago.
It might be passing over.
And we didn't. Did you hear any thunder or anything? I didn't.
I didn't hear thunder, but I definitely heard some pitter patters on the roof.
We might have to go down to the EST bunker. We named him Archie.
Archie Bunker.
You know what people are doing? You know why I love the nasties? And that's what we call our audience here at Edmonton Sports Talk. If you're new to it, like, and you're a listener, like, you're a nasty. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just kind of a fun name. They rally. We got 160 thumbs. So we're doing a double word of the day. Can we get 40 thumbs in 20 minutes? I think we can. I think people are going to rally. I think they're going to share the show link with other people, and they're going to say, thumb up this poor bearded bastard. Get him, get him to 200 on an Oilers game day, as the Oilers are going to try to tie the Western Conference Final. Okay, we got to do a clue, right?
How we do?
We don't have a winner. You're sure? You've been scouring the inbox, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox.
I'm positive.
780-218-9999. You got to text your guesses to that number. The fourth clue. Oh, and I got to type it in the nasty chat as well to help people along here. Clue number 4 is Raptors. All right? Clue number 4 is Raptors. So the clues so far, Dallas, Boston, 2023 champion, and Raptors. I think somebody's going to have it by the time we get back with Hernan, Koob. What do you think? I think somebody's getting it during the commercial break.
I'm saying there's a chance.
Dallas, Boston, 2023 champion, and Raptors. Hernan checks in from Hudson's after the Koob.
Edmonton battles Dallas down 1-0 in the Western Conference Final. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas get you set for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, live from Hudson's in West Ed at 5. Tune in right here on EST. On Long Island, Matthew Darsh has been hired as the general manager of the Islanders. Staying in hockey, Gavin McKenna and his Tigers open up the Memorial Cup against the hosts Rimouski. For the Jays, right-handed Max Scherzer returns to practice tomorrow down in Florida before joining the Blue Jays in Texas as he continues to recover from his thumb injury. Just after 7 tonight, the Jays challenge the Rays for their series opener. Eric Lauer gets the ball for Toronto. On the court, the Knicks and Pacers tip off in Game 2 of the East Final, with New York blowing a 14-point lead in the final 3 minutes of the opening contest. Tomorrow, the Elks preseason kicks off as they challenge the Stampeders on the road in Calgary. Cody Fajardo gets a start for the Double E with kickoff at 7:30. This sports update is brought to you by Find Edmonton. Find takes your unused furniture and home goods to help those moving out of homelessness. Get donations picked up or drop them off free of charge. Visit findedmonton.com or call them at 780-988-1717. And it is the Latino Heat. Hernan Salas up next on The Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
It is Luke Gazdick with us.
There's a couple teams in the league that do a great job at this. When they smell blood in the water, it's go, go, go. They did not let up. There was no relenting there. And I think, the worst part of it is that you get a guy like Matt Duchene who hadn't scored all playoffs. Tyler Seguin, no goals in the Winnipeg series. He gets on the board as well twice. Some of the personnel on the other side feeling pretty good today.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by Southport Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Strike up some fun at the Banquet Bar. Bowling, drinks, and a great time with friends, where the good times roll. Whether you're here to bowl or just hang out, the Banquet Bar is your go-to spot. Get real, play hard at the Banquet.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Experience the iconic music of Dire Straits with DSL, Dire Straits Legacy, June 12th in the venue at River Cree Resort and Casino. Featuring original members and musicians who recorded, performed, and toured the globe with Dire Straits. Alan Clark, Dire Straits' first keyboardist, plus Phil Palmer, Danny Cummings, and Mel Collins. This incredible show includes all the hits, Money for Nothing, Sultans of Swing, Walk of Life, and more. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
Thumb click remix put together by Zach Kubusch. Let's go. 30 thumbs, we get to 200 in an abbreviated show with no J, just me and Joaquin Koob. Give us your love the way that we give you spiritual guidance each and every day here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. We have a winner, the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Who is getting the $25 GC to Hudson's?
It is Twitter Mary.
Twitter Mary figures it out. Dallas was the first clue. This person played for the Mavericks from 93 to 96 and then again in 02-03. Played for clue 2 was Boston. This person played for the Celtics in 98-99. The third clue was 2023 champion. This person won the NBA Finals as an assistant coach with Denver in 2023. Fourth clue was Raptors. He played for the Toronto Raptors. If we would have needed a fifth clue, it would have been Seth and Caleb. It's Popeye Jones. It is Popeye Jones. I guess not spinach, not a sailor could have been a clue. Popeye Jones is the mystery athlete of the game. Congratulations to Twitter Mary for getting that. Good stuff. 5 o'clock, it's going to be Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, and special guests as they bring you the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show from Hudson's on Bourbon Street in West Edmonton Mall. We're going to have a quick visit here with Hernan, who drove me to work today. I've seen you all day, Hernan. This is incredible. What's the vibe like there, buddy?
It's good. It's people are filing in. A few nasties here already. They got a big section booked, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. I love the Joaquin Koob nickname. That's fantastic. Awesome. Love it. Koob, that's your new name going forward.
Well, Koob has several names. That's the latest one. He has a lot of nicknames.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a lot of nicknames, it usually means you're well loved.
Well, I've probably a dozen nicknames I've heard here.
Nickname.
Well, that's true. That's true. Most of yours are pretty positive.
I hope so. Most of them.
Hernan, we'll just spend a couple minutes with you because we got to do our double word of the day and we got to play our awesome playoff song to the tune of "Pour Some Sugar on Me." So I want to ask you this because I've gone to a couple of these on location things. I haven't gone during the playoffs because obviously I'm limited with my driving and all that, which is why you had to drive me today. Like, is it when there's a group of Oilers fans there and a group of our nasties, is it like some people are nervous, some people are confident, some people are calm, or does it kind of the group all tends to go in one direction, or is there a positive person who calms other people down? Like, what's it like once these people gather?
Yeah, you know what? Game one, I didn't really get the sense that anyone was nervous. More like an excited feeling. Like no one was like, "Oh, I don't know what to expect." Like everybody looked pretty calm. And once they get that first beer or highball or glass of wine in them, it's everybody's pretty calm. Now it's kind of because I have to leave in the second intermission, so I don't see when the Oilers come back or when they blow a lead. I don't see those reactions, right? So I'm always there in the first and the second. And let's be honest, game one, the first two periods, the Oilers were rolling, so everybody was feeling pretty damn good, Reid. I wasn't there for the third, so I missed out on all the overreaction and then just like, oh, no, here we go again. You know what I mean?
Definitely just heard some thunder here, Koob. Did you catch that? So I don't know what's moving over here, the West End or Edmonton. But looking at this game, is it all just about the Oilers' penalty kill, or what else do you think might be vital tonight?
Well, I think Dallas is going to improve too, right? Like DeBoer is a hell of a coach. He's a very smart man. He probably looked at that game tape and said, "Guys, we got to be better 5-on-5." So I expect Dallas to be better 5-on-5. But yeah, for me, when I look at the Oilers, they got that power play goal. It was their first road power play goal of these playoffs. But 5-on-5, you can't really say they need to change anything, Reid. They were excellent. They were good off the rush. They were good in the cycle game. In the first period, you saw them kind of going to McDavid and Draisaitl with a heavy load because they were flying, which is smart. So, yes, I look at the special teams. No, the Oilers are going to take penalties. I highly doubt they're going to be shut out in that aspect. But for me, the big one is the penalty kill. But I do think Dallas is going to improve 5-on-5. So the Oilers got to step it up another notch. And you need a little bit more from Trent Frederick and a few other guys that were quiet in that first game. But all in all, Reid, like I've been saying it since the end of game one. Like this Oilers team always responds well. They know what they did wrong, and it was 6 minutes of power play time that cost them. So listen, they're probably not going to take stupid penalties. Hopefully not tonight. But if they are going to get on the kill, which they probably will, they just got to be better in that aspect. And I think if they can, not take too many penalties, and if they do, they kill them off, the Oilers are going to win this game, and they're going to win this series because I think 5-on-5, where the game's played most of the time, they're the better team.
Hernan, thanks for doing this. You and Tom are coming up at the top of the hour from Hudson's Bourbon Street in West Edmonton Mall. Really appreciate it, buddy.
Love you guys.
Hernan Salas checking in, getting us fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, the authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. I'm fired up because I'll tell you what, Koob, we need 20 thumbs for 200. 20 thumbs. I know there's some new people jumping into the stream. Click that thumbs up on YouTube. That's what we're looking for. Let's get us to 200. Easy E in the nasty chat. Will we get shutout Stu or 835 save percentage Stu? Well, that's the big question, isn't it? I you know what? I'd like to see a 900 or 905 Stu for the next 4 games, because then I think the Oilers probably win the series. But fair comment. It's been pretty up or down for him, though I don't think all the goals were on him last game. All right, Koob, we've flown past 155 thumbs, which I was worried about getting there, but we are there. Let's do the double word of the day. You're doing the words today, baby.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Well, I just want to say I do prefer some, I guess, lukewarm stew over piping hot stew myself. Just a terrible joke. Terrible joke. Yeah. But we'll get right into it, okay? Yeah. So, of course, we got the 2-word. We'll do the double word of the day.
We got 2
here.
minutes.
Yeah, okay. Calignus. Calignus is your first word.
Oh, my goodness. Calignus? Calignus or calignus?
Calignus. Unless I spelt it wrong or spelled it
Colignus.
Col, that is incorrect.
How do you spell it?
Calignous.
Oh, wow.
And what does it mean?
That means somebody who has a lot of calluses on their hands. I don't know. No. I don't know this word.
It means dark and misty and gloomy.
Oh, dark,
Calignus.
misty, and gloomy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty good word.
Alrighty, the second word of the day is flounce.
Flounce?
Flounce.
Oh, these are fun. Well, these are fun to say. Flounce. I could go a couple different ways with this. I'm going to say it's like pounce. Flounce.
That is correct.
Oh, I got a point.
Let's go.
And then I will... What does flounce mean? Yeah, nice.
Trying to mix in the positive sound bites, you know?
I'm going to say it's a type of small fish.
Ooh. A flounder,
yeah,
I think is a fish, right? A flounce?
Yeah.
But no, it means to move in a huff, especially to express annoyance and disapproval.
Oh, so that's how Iwanek walks around the office, in a flounce.
In a flounce.
Those were good words. I got 1 out of 4. Now, we were rushing it a little bit, so we didn't use them in sentences where I could have got half points. Right. But we're gonna assume I would have got them wrong. At least I don't go into the weekend with a 0.
I always assume you get them right, Reid.
We're at 199 thumbs. We need one more thumb up while the song is, I'm going to say we got there. Incredible, everybody. Love doing the show with you guys. I did miss Jay, of course. He's back on Monday. Love the Koob. Let's go. Tom and Hernan in 7 minutes. GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show from Hudson's on Bourbon Street in good old West Edmonton Mall. I think there might be some sun out there now, so maybe the storm has passed us over already. Here's our playoff song to get you pumped up for tonight's game. Dropping the puck around 6:20. I'll be on the postgame show. Talk to you then.
Looking to advance, going deep in the dance. Hop on the bandwagon, let's hear the fans. The fans.
Special place to play, honestly. So much history, these fans. It's great to hear their sport.
Wrestling and dazzling every single night. Clubs coming up, baby, gonna be a fight. 6 games, 5 games, how about a sweep? Ticket prices, yeah, they're gonna be steep. Yeah! Yeah! Come on! It's the playoffs! Crank it up! It's the playoffs! Take the cup! Let's go win the Stanley! Ooh, gotta get the cup! Let's go win the Stanley! Come on, lift it up! Let's go win the Stanley! Waited long enough! It's time, no more wait for the oil, it's the fate, yeah. Listen, first gear, second gear, third gear, go. McDavid 97, he's a one-man show. Draisaitl, Iverson, gotta love the nude. Bush, Skinner, and Picks need to be huge. Be huge. They gotta squeeze a little, squeeze a little, squeeze a little more. Get the bottom 6 to find a way to